Big exciting news to start your afternoon as the balance of power in Congress could be decided in a matter of a few hours or a few days. The Georgia Senate races polls will close within a matter of moments, and we'll either see a landslide tonight or we'll have to wait a day or two to see the ultimate results. But you're still going to get your $2,000 stimulus check. That's the big news. Whether it's a Republican win or a Democratic win tonight, the $2,000 stimulus check is being supported by both sides. And so you're still going to see the $2,000 stimulus check. Meantime, $600 stimulus check hitting snags. H&R Block and TurboTax reports problems. Elsewhere, Kevin O'Leary comes out in favor of multiple stimulus checks. Then, $300 of FPUC getting support around the country. And landing in bank accounts today as well. Incredible great news across the board. There's so much happening, and there's so much great news. I'm so excited for you. This is a major recording this afternoon of Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE, and what a day it is. The balance of power is determined in Washington tonight, potentially, if we see the results finalized, but the $2,000 stimulus check is still happening whatever happens tonight. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be going live in surprise recordings throughout the day when events unfold, and I don't particularly know when they are. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and then the alert button so you get alert when I go live. I'll have breaking details and live results out of Georgia. Meantime, also like this video. In this video, I'll go over what's happening with the $2,000 stimulus check, despite the events of tonight. Then I'll be cutting back to the $600 stimulus check. Paper checks, electronic checks, big problems across the board being reported by viewers. I'll answer your questions and what are the solutions. Then I'll cut to the $300 of FPUC. So much breaking across the board. And then PPP. Some fiduciary, some FICO lenders are getting ready to get that money ready for you. So I'll explain to you how you can get prepared as well. And SNAP, new developments this morning about SNAP. You will get it in July, not January. What? I have so much hitting for you, and let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news tonight is that the $200 push, $2,000 push, or multiple stimulus check push will be determined tonight by the balance of power in Georgia. Two Senate races are going to the polls today and will be closed within a matter of moments. Two Georgia Senate races. They both have to go blue, Democratic, for the balance of power in the Senate to become Democratic. A split vote, one Republican, one Democrat, keeps the Republicans in control of the Senate. And a double Democratic vote keeps the Republicans in control of the Senate as well. So what will happen to your $2,000 stimulus check? Much of no change. The $2,000 stimulus check is still going to happen. Why? Because all four candidates say they're going to do a $2,000 stimulus check as soon as they're voted in the next few days. How will this happen? How soon you see the money and who will get the money? Let me go over the details right now. The $2,000 stimulus check will likely be introduced by the House of Representatives tomorrow, then land in the Senate the day after, get voted upon, and then land on the president's table this weekend. Either he signs it or vetoes it, then it becomes law in the next few days if they do a veto override, or he signs it that night, and then the stimulus check can go out next week. It's as simple as that. $1,400 for individuals, $1,400, double that for married couples, $14 for children, and then $2,000 for adult dependents who didn't get a stimulus check the first time around. This would be Cash Act 2.0, the second stimulus package revision bill. This is a fix-it bill. This is not a package unto itself. It's just a fix-it bill to fix people who got $600 and bring them to $2,000, fix people who didn't get a stimulus check, and also give a retroactive stimulus check to people who didn't get one in the first stimulus package. All right, let's cut back to the $600 stimulus check. Big developments about that today. H&R Block, TurboTax, and other online tax preparing websites report problems today with the routing of electronic stimulus check payment. The great news is that they're admitting they're the issue, not IRS. So go to their individual websites, they'll update you across the board, and ultimately when they fix it, you're going to get it. So it's not a problem with the IRS, it has to do a problem with them. That's all really great news. But viewers are still reporting a problem with IRS. The problem I'm hearing recurring is the following: that you got the first stimulus check electronically, but then when you go to track the stimulus check, they somehow tell you the bank account you have on file with IRS has changed. I'm not particularly clear what's going on here, but I've heard enough people say that IRS's records show a different bank account than the one that you've told them. This is what I'm reporting. First, if there's any failure in the electronic delivery for any reason, IRS's guidance is very clear. They're going to then send by paper check. When are you going to get it? Let me explain that. Electronic receipts are getting finalized in the next few days. You should see the electronic payment probably no later than tomorrow. That's a point at which we start to be a little bit concerned, unless you're a TurboTax or online tax preparing website client. Then the paper checks will start coming today, tomorrow. Some got it already, but give it another week. Basically, after the paper checks next week is when the fix-it checks will start coming. People that were attempts for electronic receipt, they failed, and then they're going to paper checks. This is all really great news. Now, the bad news that I have to report, which is not a surprise because I've been reporting since July, if IRS paid you for you and your wife and one kid but not the other kid, there's no way to fix it. There is simply no way to fix anything right now. Now, I'm not going to say there's never going to be a way. There's just no way to do it right now. So don't fret about the issue of you got 3 checks, but you didn't get 4. You got 4 checks, but you didn't get 6 or 5, whatever it is. Don't fret because it's simply not going to be a situation you can fix now. Absolutely cannot fix it. Additionally, the Track My IRS tax tool is not a reliable tool. So please don't say you used the tool and then it gave you false, incorrect information or no information. It's because it's not a reliable device. The best advice I can give you is stay calm, get a cup of coffee, put your feet up, and relax because that stimulus check is going to come when it comes. There is no way that is reliable to track it, and there's no way to reliable to fix it if you got some but didn't get others. That fix will come in a few months from now. All right, now let's cut back to FPUC. $300 a week? Yes, this is all really exciting, great news. FPUC $300 a week is being paid in some cities and states across the country. And what I'm going to report to you is really surprising. California, Texas, Arizona, Florida, Minnesota are among the states where viewers have physically gotten their first week of $300 of a week. Now, what I want to report to you is the following. In those same states, they're having problems with other issues. So if you're watching like, wow, I did get the $300 a week in California, and then someone else in California is watching, but my account is still on lockdown, understand that they're having problems in every state with everything. But the great news is the focusing on which states are paying when. If your state is paying already, that is incredible great news. There are other states like Washington and also New Mexico that they're reporting they're not paying for several weeks. So you are actually being informed by your state, hold up because you're not going to get that $300 till the middle of January. Other states simply just don't want to tell you. So some states are simply just not saying when you're getting the $300 a week. You rather know that you're getting it sooner, so at least then all you have to focus on is getting your account switched from inactive to active, and once it's active, make sure you're certified for benefits and going forward. Very simple news. SNAP has big developments across the board today as well. SNAP benefits were supposed to be paid an additional 15% in the months of January, February, March, April, May, and June under the second stimulus package. The problem was that some people started getting their SNAP benefits yesterday and the day before, and it didn't have the 15% increase, while some viewers did get the 50% increase. So what's going on? Some states are now reporting on their SNAP benefits website that they understand the technical delay and that as a result, they will pay you that additional 15% in the month of July. So watch your SNAP benefits website. This is finally great news. So they are alerted to the issue. They understand they didn't pay you in January. They're going to pay you in July. One viewer actually reports he got 2 payments. So some states may be actually making an additional payment to catch up with it. Depends on the state. What is SNAP? It's free food under the free food if you fall within a certain economic threshold. If you're getting a stimulus check, consider it. Go to 211, call 211, or contact the Department of Agriculture to see if you qualify. Also, pandemic EBIT is very important. This is $114 a week approximately for people for every child that stays home because of the pandemic, and for that. SNAP will pay money to the parents because they have to feed the kid because the child is now at home. Approximately $114 per child per month. It's a lot of money, so go get it. Wow, there's so much else happening today. PPP. The fin banks are sending out alerts about PPP that we never heard until today. And what are they saying? One, they do not have guidance from SBA about how they're going to write the new round of PPP. So familiar. Yeah, so it's basically saying we know what the law is of the second stimulus package, which passed, which the president signed not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. We know what the law says, but SBA, Javita Carranza, Miss Scarf Lady, is still not telling us how she's going to do it. So here we go again. So the fin banks are sending out alerts saying, you know what, we haven't gotten guidance from SBA. The SBA is still not taking our applications. But here's the great news. The fin banks are allowing you to apply already for the PPP with them so that they get the application on file for them, with them, so they're ready to pounce. Why are they doing this? For a series of reasons. One, they want to make sure that the paperwork they have from you is up to date. Two, they want to get you first in line and get you funded the moment it opens. That's what a lot of banks did the last time around. They got the applications ahead of time, and the moment it opened, bam, they got the money in there. So go get these things right away. Remember, PPP will just suddenly go live, and all the micro banks, fin banks, commercial banks will apply. PPP is the Paycheck Protection Program. It's available for anything from a small business, independent contractor, solo gig worker, Schedule C, all the way up to a small business with 500 employees or less. Just consider it. EIDL grant is expected to open in the next few days or hours as well. That's from SBA. It provides really good money, but this EIDL grant will be restrictive. If you watch EIDL on our overnight LALATE show at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you missed it, you can still watch it on the channel. Go follow it because it's very helpful. This EIDL grant will be open for two groups of people. One, for agricultural and ranchers, which actually means you grow the crops or you herd the cattle. No other version of that. It's based upon your tax return in which you disclose that that's the type of business. So if you say in your tax return, you do marketing and you apply for agricultural, they're going to bounce you and deny you right away. Second, businesses that are in the low-income communities. Again, they're going to go off your Schedule C or your address on your tax return to see where that zip code is, and that's how they're going to determine it. Again, no guidance from SBA about what the application grant will look like, but we've seen it before. Meantime, Kevin O'Leary, one of the sharks, has a big comment today about multiple stimulus checks. He says that the way they should have dealt with this pandemic from day one is a $2,000 stimulus check every month until the pandemic ends. Sound familiar? It should. That's what the Harris-Sanders-Markey bill says. But Kevin O'Leary is a little bit more abrupt about the situation. He says that the problem with the stimulus packages is always giving money to businesses who then would give it to the employees. He says just give the money to the businesses. He does not believe in PPP. He does not believe in EIDL grants. He says if you are unemployed, whether you own a business or you're an employee at the business, just get $2,000 unemployment stimulus checks every month. Now, he doesn't discount out people on SSI, SSDI. He just thinks that they're a different type of amount, a different type of calculation. Meantime, what's going to be going on in those Georgia Senate races, and how does that impact your $2,000 stimulus check? It doesn't. What it does impact is third stimulus package. Basically, in the last 3 days, we have seen Biden say he wants a $9 trillion infrastructure bill from the Senate to be approved to fix the highways. He wants $7 trillion to fix the schools, and he has an undisclosed amount to give you a stimulus package, presumably somewhere between $3 to $5 trillion. Will Biden get $5, $9, $7 trillion, 3 plus 5 plus 9, 5 plus 3 plus 9 of relief under a Republican Senate? Absolutely not. So what's going to happen is the packages are going to get narrowed in and tailored in at smaller amounts, but with the same provisions. How is that going to work? That's the video coming right up after this. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package right after this goes over what you're going to see if the Senate remains GOP, how the deal provisions will be modified. It's a detailed video in which I go over every item from SSI, SSDI to EIDL and more. Watch that. And then I'll be back live with a special live recording going over the Senate races. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that alert, and so you get alert when I go live, and also like this video. Stay informed, stay smiling, and save our life for more.